Last night the Yankees lost and lost big. The biggest culprit in the loss was Sonny Gray in the bullpen imploding to allow 7 runs in the 5th inning. 2 of those runs, however, scored on a wild pitch and a passed ball, respectively. You know what that means, right? Yep, the call to move Gary Sanchez from behind the plate and the DH slot for the playoffs grows louder. From John Harper at the Daily News, suddenly a thorny problem that won't go away is once again complicating matters for Joe Girardi, perhaps forcing him to choose between his heart and his head next week. When it comes to his catcher. Joe Girardi shouldn't take that chance. Not when he can keep Gary Sanchez's bat in the lineup as the DH and have Austin Romine, a more skilled defensive catcher, behind the plate. No, Sanchez did not cover himself with glory last night, as even the wild pitch was one which I presume most catchers would have blocked better. But with the acknowledgement that Sanchez has defensive issues when it comes to blocking pitches, he leads the league in passed balls. It'd be madness to put Romine behind the plate and let him take a bat to the plate in a meaningless game, as Harper suggests. Austin Romine may be a fine young man, but he's not a major league hitter. On the year he's batting .220, .276, .295. And that's actually deceptive. Since Sanchez came off the DL in May and resumed his starting position, Romine has hit of execrable .187, .249, .241. He's a complete and utter offensive liability. He's no more a complete defensive catcher than Sanchez is either, by the way. Yes, he's a better pitch blocker, but he's only caught 3 of 28 base stealers this season, which is a 10.7% rate. Sanchez, in contrast, has a cannon for an arm and has nailed 38% of potential base stealers. If Twins pitchers would love to see Austin Romine take up one of the lineup slots for the Yankees in the wild card game, Byron Buxton would be positively over the moon to see him behind the dish if he reaches first base. While I would strongly consider putting Romine in as a defensive replacement in the event a playoff game was close, there were runners on, and, say, Dellin Betances was coming on to get a tough out, you do not give him 3 or 4 at-bats at the expense of whoever the Yankees would otherwise use as a DH. Matt Holliday, Chase Headley, Aaron Hicks in the outfield with Aaron Judge ding. Yes, it would be bad for a run to score, or a runner to advance due to a Gary Sanchez mistake. But it's far more likely that a Yankees run won't score, or a Yankees runner won't advance, if it's left up to Austin Romine with a bat in his hand. Follow @Calcaterra. Mariners right-hander Hisashi Iwakuma has undergone arthroscopic shoulder debridement surgery, the club announced Friday. The procedure was performed on Wednesday and is expected to sideline the starter through the next 5 months, at which point he is expected to start throwing off the mound again. He hasn't appeared in a big league game since May, when he was initially diagnosed with a bout of right shoulder inflammation. Needless to say, this isn't how Iwakuma envisioned his return to Seattle when he signed a 1-year, $12 million contract with the Mariners in 2015. He produced a career-best 16 wins and 4.12 ERA with the club in 2016, but his 2017 season was derailed in just 6 starts, after he compiled a 4.35 ERA, 3.5 BB9 and 4.6 SO9 over 31 innings. He's scheduled to hit free agency this fall and is likely looking at a minor league deal somewhere, per Ryan Divish of the Seattle Times. While Iwakuma's major league future is still up in the air, the 36-year-old hurler said he wants to return in 2018 to give back to everyone. Hopefully, he'll still have a platform to do that. Follow @CoastFangirl.